Hey guys, it's Tuesday, and that's right, it's Tech Tip Ted for Tech Tip Tuesday, and today we're going to be talking suspensions, right Ted?
Yes we are. We're going to talk about the new 17s versus the older bikes that are air over hydraulic. And as you know, Tate, these new 17s all come with the spring assisted coil over shocks that are manually adjusted, whereas the older ones are actually adjusted with air pressure because they're air over hydraulic.
Awesome. So we're going to show you how to adjust both these shocks and kind of the preloads and stuff like that. So stay with us. Okay, guys, we are back, and we are here at the newer model, the 2017 Street Glide Special, and Ted is going to talk about how we adjust this shock. And right, Ted, you only need to do this on one side of the bike, right?
The left side of the bike has an adjuster spool right here. There's a label on the adjuster spool that tells you roughly where you're at as far as numbers, numerically. It'll tell you how many turns you are in. Every turn is 1/2 of a turn, actually. Every one rotation is half a turn.
Every click. You'll hear a click for a half a turn.
Little click, little indentation. But in the book, in the owner's manual, it'll tell you roughly where to be for your weight and any extra weight you might be carrying. So if you'd like to look something up, maybe your weight.
I'm on page 94 of your owner's manual, where it has a nice graph. It shows the weights and passenger weights. So let's go ahead and I'll go to, let's say, 230 pounds. That shows me 3 clicks, or number 3.
So if you start out at 0 in the beginning, and you're in the groove, so then you would turn, what did you say the number was, Tate?
Number 3.
Number 3, so you would turn it, that's a half a turn, 1 turn, at 1.5, 2, 2.5, and then at 3 turns. You can see your indicator showing 3, so that's preset for that weight.
That's good. If you lose count of the clicks, it does tell you on the shock. There's a little graph there that shows you the hash marks with the 1, 5, 10, 15.
Exactly,
20.
and it tells you where you are. Then you would want to ride the bike and see how it rides and see if it feels the way you like it. You can always make it stiffer, or you can soften it up by either backing out or dialing it in. But you only adjust the left side. You don't adjust the right side on these. And
there's also an additional chart on here for luggage weight or passenger. So then again, if I was carrying 100 pounds, it would show me at, like number 12. So then we would adjust to 12
and just adjust it up. So the chart's very important to give you kind of a preload as to where you should be. So I would recommend looking in the owner's manual and getting an idea of where to preset it.
Awesome. Well, stay with us, and we're going to head to the older motorcycle and show you how the air suspension works. Okay, guys, we are at the earlier model motorcycle that's got the air suspension on it, and Ted's going to explain to you how you fill these up and adjust the preload on one of these.
These here are air-assisted, air-over hydraulic shocks. They've been used for years on a lot of the touring bikes that Harley makes, and they have a Schrader valve with a cover that you would take the Schrader valve cover off. And you want to use one of these kind of pumps. You don't want to use a air compressor to put air in these, because they have a limit of 50 pounds. You don't want to put more than 50 pounds in these. You do risk blowing out the seals on these if you put too much air pressure in it, or if you put too much weight on these bikes, it's not good for them either.
And if you put too much air in it and you blow a seal, they will leak oil, correct?
Yes, once they leak oil, they have to be replaced. You can't rebuild them, seal them. You never want to add oil to these. Once they leak oil, you replace them. But what we're going to do is we're going to connect the air pump, which has a gauge already on here. Once you make the connection to the Schrader valve, it'll tell you how much pressure is already in the bike, in the shock, so you just screw it on. And once it's all the way on, you can see the gauge is now reading the pressure that's in the shocks, which is about 28 pounds. So say you want to put 30 pounds in there, you would just pump it up till it reaches 30 pounds. And there you have it.
Uncle Ted, what do we do if we have too much air in the shock? How do we release the air?
If there's too much pressure in there, there's a button right here, and you would just release the pressure. until it comes down to wherever you want it to be at. If you want it at 20 pounds, then you drop it down to 20. Once you get it to the air pressure, set to the air pressure that you're comfortable with, then you would just unscrew it. And then you would put your Schrader valve cover back on.
Okay, and Ted, one last thing. Do you have to do this to both sides on this motorcycle or just one side?
One side. There's a splitter right here that'll bring air into both shocks. So you only have to do the one side.
Awesome.
That's it.
All right, guys, there you have it. Tech Tip Ted just showed you how to adjust the preload on a new model motorcycle and one of the previous models with the air suspension. And this is the pump we use. You can get these in the parts department, so if you don't have one of these and you have one of these earlier models, pick yourself up one. They're great to have. You can keep them in your saddlebags or tour pack and adjust your preload anytime you need to. Right, Ted?
Absolutely. That's a good tool to keep on hand, especially if you're traveling and stuff, to keep an eye on your air pressure.
And we got another Facebook giveaway going right now. Make sure you check that out. Tag someone, enter to win. Tech Tip Ted will be on next Tuesday, and we hope to see you then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.